He really looks sad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, second game has started. Antigua Shipyard is the map for our second match between the two players, Terran against Protoss, and we have
MVP King
starting at the right side of the map in the red color. There he is, up ahead 1-0 against his opponent. He has only to win another map if he wants to advance into the second round of Korea. To the left we have his opponent,
Invictus Gaming MacSed.
Protoss player starting in the blue colors, down one game, and now he has to step it up a notch if he wants to, well, have a fighting chance in order to get into the second round as well. He's gonna take it.
Yeah, I don't know, we're cross positions in this version of this map. There's no gold bases, of course. Keen obviously showing a very unique strategy in game one. I think in this game we'll probably go for, well, he is taking gas, and the thing about this is most people don't 2-racks anymore in Korea. Most people don't go for Marauder Expanse, and I think we're going to see a Marine Tank Banshee type attack from Keen. It's a pretty good build for this map, and if we see a 1-gate expand again from MacSed, the way MacSed reacted to the last game with that was completely incorrect, and if he tries to do a build like that again and gets hit with the very quick, Tank Marine Banshee push, I feel like Keen is actually smart to do that. He's probably thinking, I just don't think he knows how to deal with these early pushes when he has a Nexus, so I'm going to do this to him again, and it's going to be a different kind of one-base pressure, but I don't know how he'll react to it. I think it's a smart choice.
With a quick scout for MacSed, just spotting the gas and immediately retreating with this probe, is able to put it to the left side of the map so he can get in order to scout the expansion of his opponent at a later point in time. So already preparing, the Marine is scouting where exactly the probe went to, and obviously Keen also scouting his opponent's main base. And yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see when exactly MacSed is going to start his expansion. On Antigua Shipyard we usually see very early expansions by both players. The gas that Keen already has, might also see the tech. He doesn't have the 100 just yet. And at the bottom left, so far, no Nexus, still one gas. That's the 400 minerals for the Terran player, and the command center is built immediately.
Yeah, a tricky build. He's only mined 56 gas, and then he starts a reactor. So this build has gone in and out of popularity in Terran versus Protoss. I think it's one of the more creative ones. It's really a way to keep your opponent guessing what's he going to do with that gas, and at the same time you get a reactor out, which is safe, gets your Marine count up, and you have an expansion. It's just so clever, so smart. I really like it. Nexus does go down for MacSed, so regardless of what happens, he wants to go for the 1-gate expand, dropping it at 29 supply.
On 1 gate, and already building the first sentry. So this is going to be quite interesting. We also have both players securing the ramp. Once for the Terran player with the bunker, and his opponent with the first sentries. But getting up that ramp is quite difficult, and I really like that we see early expansions on Antigua. The last game was really, well, it was a short one. And after the huge lead that Keen got after the early game, it was kind of obvious that if he wouldn't screw it up, he would take the match. But MacSed has another chance, and this is definitely going to go into a macro game.
Absolutely. 2 Marines are actually somehow able to get into the natural. They're going to damage a Zealot, perhaps. Going to take out this probe at the very least. And, well, barely takes out the probe. Wants to go in and scout, but cannot. A little aggressive scouting move there by Keen. Sees the Nexus. He's going to be quite happy about that, because the Nexus is behind his command center. His orbital's already on the way. He's already able to start mining with some SCVs at his natural. He's got good tech on the way as well, getting the add-ons on those barracks. And he hasn't started a factory yet, but he will pretty soon.
Yeah, he's going for the Marine upgrades first, going for the combat shield and the stim, but the next 100 gas should be invested into the factory and into his tech, so that he can start with the medivacs as soon as possible. We have the Observer now for MacSed, and it's just important as a Protoss player that if you go for an early expansion, that you somewhere in your build always build that robotics facility to have the scout. Because if your opponent really does go for some kind of tech and suddenly has a Banshee, we've seen a lot of delayed Banshees with Cloak lately, then you are in a lot of trouble. So just getting the facility is so important, the robotics facility that is. And we've seen some Protoss players trying to skip it in order to go for some kind of tank.
Yeah, that's quite popular now.
And it's just dangerous.
It is dangerous. And something else to note about what's popular and about the robotics is most players recently in Korea, and I say recently, but it's been over the past 6 months, have push the Colossus into the late game, but rather always tech into Twilight and Forge upgrades. And something that MacSed may do differently from other players, because he's a Chinese player, he may throw Keen off with some fast Colossus pressure if he decides to make robotic support bay. Obviously, Keen right now has not even started a factory, so he's not going to have Vikings out. I'm curious to see if he's actually going to go for the Ghost Academy
very early in the game, 8-minute mark.
Yeah, that kind of lends itself into some pressure. He may try to EMP the sentries on the ramp, but more than likely he just expects his opponent to be skipping that Colossus tech, which, as we were talking about, is quite likely, and it's quite common in Korea. I don't know what MacSed's going to do. He hasn't started a box support bay, nor Forges, nor a Twilight. He's actually just been using his gateways, and he's producing Immortals right now. So only time will tell what his plan is here. Stim is finished. Combat Shield's nearly done as well. Actually already finished.
+1 is now lined up, and we have a lot of Marauder being built, and the harvester count 36 to 46. The first ghosts are being built, and I think with those ghosts he's definitely trying to hit a timing. He's going for a lot of Marauders already, so let's see if he's doing exactly what Wolf just said, trying to get up this ramp by EMPing the sentries. If he's able to hit one good EMP, then he can just storm up the ramp, stim up, and try to take down the Immortal. As soon as the Immortal is gone, he will have free reign at his opponent's natural. It would be so important for him.
I really feel like the Forges here for MacSed are kind of late. He's been chrono boosting out Immortals, trying to get those Immortals out, but at this stage of the game, that's not going to be that useful anymore. I'm really curious as to how he's going to transition to the longer part of the game. Right now, he's going to be hit with Keen's +1, Stim, Combat Shields, Double Ghost, attack. The Ghosts have been seen. They take out the Observer there. It's the second Observer actually killed.
And he's immediately splitting his sentries. As soon as he realizes there's Ghost play, he starts splitting his sentries, warping in additional units, putting up a nice concave at the ramp. That's exactly what he should do. He needs to make sure that those EMPs can't kill all the sentries, well, can't kill the energy on the sentries, so that he's still in a position where he can throw down the force fields in order to block his opponent from stimming up the ramp.
Well, he actually started +1 for his weapons. He started +1 armor really late. It's going to be pretty hard to hold this one, Caldor. In total, we're going to have just 2 EMPs to use. He has 95 energy approximately on both Ghosts, so he won't be able to kill all of the sentries, or rather... Oh no, they're clumping. Oh, close call there.
Wow. That was really a close call. When he scanned, but he's
oh my god!
I can't believe that he was able to get this EMP on.
Embarrassing, it really, and
yes.
He even has another EMP available to him. He's going to hit the Immortal.
Very bad unit control by MacSed there, but at the same time he still has 2 sentries with about 3 force fields.
Yeah, I think Keen's actually going to go home here regardless. Smart choice. Many Terrans would have been tempted to run up that ramp, myself included, man.
Yeah,
that's the case, I probably would have been like, let's do it, but he's just going to play safer here. He doesn't know how many gates are up. He doesn't know about the weapons.
A third, even though that he had... Okay, he saw his opponent retreat with Observer, but still, taking the third is quite risky, but on the other hand, he can cancel it if Keen actually attacks it, but Keen doesn't know about it.
I like this third. He's got his Forges spinning.
It's cheeky.
He's got the Twilight Council and their robotic support bay on the way. He's got a lot of different options open to him. He's been doing a great job scouting what his opponent's doing. So, like you said, he can cancel it if he needs to. He can alter his composition based on what he sees. I like the Colossus choice. He knows that there was no... whoa! There was no factory... I thought just for a moment there that you just added more barracks and not made a factory, so I was like, I don't know if this is smart, Keen, but yeah, there's the first 2 medevacs are on the way now.
But I still have to say the decision to go back was probably a really, really tough one to make.
Yeah.
It's like in poker when you fold a hand that you think you can win with, but you have this bad gut feeling, and that's exactly the same thing. He wanted to go up that ramp. He knew he had some decent EMPs, but at the same time, he thought, well, it might not have been enough. There's still 2 sentries left. And the force that he sends out to take down the rocks has been detected by MacSed, and the force fields are really, really nice and enable him to take down the entire, well, small squad of Terran bio units.
Yeah, that was really well controlled by MacSed. The armory is a little bit late for Keen, so he hasn't started 2-2 yet, whereas his opponent's 2-2 is already on the way. He's been chrono boosting that out. He's going to have that very soon here. The armory finishes, still no upgrades for Keen, and right now this is the issue all Terrans are talking about. It's the upgrades.
This timing window that Protoss just have against Terran.
Yeah, and we're going to see a drop here. Cannon, not even going to be able to target him down. He gets out of there ASAP.
At the same time, another battle attacking right now. Guardian Shield is up. The Colossus in trouble though. Whoa! Losing the Colossus. This is huge, but the Immortals dealing a lot of damage to the Marauders. Most of them are already dead. He's trying to get into the base, taking down the cannon, and he has to retreat. Yes, that's what he does now. And what a close pickup.
Wow.
Look at those units. All of them deep down in the red.
Nice pickup. Get the cannon and get out of there, man. That's what Keen said. That's what those units did, man. They follow their orders.
There's another drop in the main base, a small one that is, taking down a pylon and then retreating once again. Getting +2 attack and +2 armor now, but as Wolf already stated earlier, the upgrades are one of the big issues that Terran has to deal with nowadays, and the upgrade advantage for MacSed is already very significant. He's about to finish +2 attack, is starting +3 immediately, and we already have Blink. There's the +2 armor coming up. Additional 5 gates. MacSed is just getting so ready now.
Yeah, he's actually going to add even 2 more gates on top of that. That'll put him at a total of, I believe, about 12 gateways. I'm going to check the exact number now. Puts him up to 13 gateways as he added even 1 more after I said that. So, and even more are being added here. He's a crazy person, man. He's gone for 14 gates.
14 gates, and he certainly has the income to support it. He's on 2,200 minerals and 700 gas. Now researching +3 armor as well. He will just be so far ahead in upgrade. He will hit 3-3 while his opponent is still on 2-2.
Observer speed is on the way. That's going to allow him to really control the vision of the map. It's going to keep Keen very much known to him. He's going to feel like Keen is somebody he used to go to high school with how much of vision he's going to have on this map, man. He is, man. Yeah, that's what he's going to feel like. We have like, yeah, I know you like. I know the types of girls you like, and so obviously, like, you move your ghost over here at this moment. I see that. Yeah, that's what he's gonna feel like.
With the Ghost Academy coming up and the Warp Prism speed. No, actually the Observer speed.
Was there a second Ghost Academy?
I don't think so.
Well, I just heard you say Ghost Academy. I was like, oh, I thought he was gonna get some nukes. But
if I did, I wanted to say the Templar Archive. Did I mention the Templar Archive?
Yeah, no. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
It's been settled.
It's been settled.
I just thought there might be nukes. Thought that might be the case. The army of Keen is looking pretty solid despite the upgrades. It's going to be 1-1 against 3-3. Actually, his 2-2 is just finishing as I say this, but even so, man, that late armory is so important. He may take out that observer, and he does in the center of the map. No, actually, his scan just barely misses it.
Keen lines up +3/+3 right after those 2 upgrades are done. +3 attack is done though. Is he attacking now? It looks like it. Here he comes. We have SCVs as well. He's trying to stim in, retreating a tiny little bit, giving the Vikings a chance to take down the Colossi. And most of the army of Keen is already gone, but he's really in a good position. Both players are dropping supply like crazy now. Keen going in for the kill, stimming again. The Vikings annihilate the last one of the Colossi, and the Stalkers are blinking back. MacSed has to make good use of all his warp gates, but he's too slow. The Mana Mules drop down, another stim hits Keen's army, and the drug addicts are stimming up the ramp, trying to take down this one Nexus, killing the third, while MacSed is building a fourth to the left side of the map. This looks awesome for Keen now. The base is gone. Wow, what an attack by Keen.
Yep, snipes going down on those Zealots. GG, Keen has done it, man. Really nice attack there, despite being down on upgrades. His positioning of his Vikings was really solid, and also, of course, just how he engaged it. The SCVs pulled some of the units out of position. The Vikings were in place. He had the perfect ratio. I have to say, I have not seen a ratio of Vikings Ghosts in a long time like that one. That was a really good ratio there, and I believe he had +1 ship weapons for the Vikings as well, so that really helped things out. But really good play by Keen overall. I was very impressed by him in both of those games. And that's the type of player that I would expect to see going pretty far in this Code A season.
Yeah, he positioned himself very well in the last fight. He pulled back a tiny little bit with his Bio Army to give the Vikings a good shot at the Colossi, and then just stimmed in. And he hit at a timing when he was just finishing his +2/+2 upgrades. We had still a slight advantage for his opponent, for MacSed, but he didn't finish the +3 armor just yet, so he was only ahead with 1 attack upgrade and not with 2 upgrades, which was the case for the entire rest of the game.
Something else to note is that MacSed warped in units at his third, trying to hold it, which he should have known was futile. If he wanted to have a chance, he probably would have lost the game after losing the Nexus anyways, but he should have warped in his natural, tried to get one more solid force up, because the units were getting very low, they were all in the red, and if he had just warped in one more round of units, got one more solid group, he could have maybe killed Keen's army. They would have had an opportunity with his Storm Research on the way, perhaps, to sort of move into a longer game, but instead he warped in his units with a small number in front of the Mirage. They all died, and the Nexus died as well. And the game was over from that point.
Yeah, the area of effect damage of MacSed never really came into play, so
Absolutely
that was
not.
very, very well done by Keen, and he takes it 2-0.
Yeah, we've got a really happy Keen fan. She's really excited, man.
Yes, indeed she is.
But anyways, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere.
I think he just got himself a Valentine's present.
Maybe he did. He deserves a happy Valentine's
And I'm not
Day,
talking
by
about
the
the girl. She actually gave him something.
Right. Anyway, have a nice Valentine's Day, everyone. Go tell your girl happy Valentine's Day as well. See you soon.
Happy Valentine, Wolf.
Thank you. You too.